Invictus, my kings, and welcome back to another part of the Total War Shogun 2 Portugal playthrough. Yes, and today we march forward. We continue our little advance from the last part. Nothing really to worry about, just marching forward and crushing the enemy on our march towards Kyoto. Oh, here we go. There's a little bit of an... didn't want to do that. Okay, looks like we got a little bit confused there what exactly we're doing, but it doesn't matter, we'll crush them next turn. It's fine. It's fine. Yep. There we go, end turn, and our little march continues. Yes, it's not like we are meeting any significant resistance at all. We still haven't met the main army of the Mori. We just keep, we keep sort of stumbling upon very weakly defended towns that aren't worth a battle at all, so I just keep moving forward until we find some sort of worthy enemy, until that, mounting unrest, yeah, let's prevent migration, why not? Let's continue on then towards Aki. Auto resolve, very nice. Peacefully occupy, repair, and still haven't found their main army at all, which is very curious, to be honest. But where was the mounting unrest? Here. Okay then. There's mounting unrest, eh? Nothing we can do about it. And now here's mounting unrest. Very interesting. Very, very, very nice. As you can see, we still keep running into the trouble of there being just enormous unrest wherever we move, however we move. The populace just isn't happy with us being around, and I can't really blame them at all. Because, well, we are Christian, we are colonizers, we are invaders. Foreign invaders have come into the land of Japan and are now taking over with their strange armies, their strange ways. And, well, yeah, we are gonna take over. We are gonna split the island in two, and we are gonna rule our little portion. This would actually be a very interesting concept for a sort of a an EU4 or EU5 campaign, whereas Portugal, you try to get to Japan as soon as possible, and then you rule essentially. Let's see, are they gonna be mad? They're gonna be a little bit mad, but that's fine. A little mad doesn't matter. Continuing on towards Izumo, still no big army. No big army from the enemy. We just keep moving forward, not meeting any sort of resistance at all. Which, it means fine by me, I don't really mind it. If the enemy really doesn't feel like it's worth defending their settlements, then it's fine by me. Fine by me. Absolutely. And the army from Aki can move forward. -5, -1. Let's build some merchant crew and march towards Numata. Numata should be captured fairly swiftly. There we go. There's nothing really to commentate on or to talk about, really. We just keep marching forward and keep dominating, essentially. Nothing really that complex going on at the time, kings, really. But hopefully we meet their army at some point, because this is getting a little weird. How the hell did they manage to conquer so much of the map without any solid armed forces to really speak of? They must have some armies around Kyoto. Maybe they're engaged in a war. Maybe their armies just, maybe they managed to do it diplomatically somehow. They just managed to pay for all the provinces. but I highly doubt that. That would be a first I've seen in Total War. But stranger things have happened, definitely. Similar, I think I'll actually skip over this portion of just getting a bunch of army sabotage and get a bunch of army sabotaged and I'll just skip towards when we actually manage to find some sort of army of theirs. Here we go, I found their armies, let's go. This should be an interesting fight indeed. We have two armies squaring up against each other. Two, well, almost full stacks. Not quite, but close enough. So let's go. Alright, here we are on the battlefield. So let's just set up like so. Nothing too fancy. And let's wait for our reinforcements. The enemy is actually camping near a hill. So they're probably going to move on top of that hill. So this is gonna be quite a difficult fight, I suppose. More than likely, this is going to be very difficult. The enemy has a very clear advantage when it comes to positioning. So not entirely sure what we're gonna do about that, but we have a huge number of troops at our disposal. Here we go, some halberdiers. Looking mighty fine with its stride, just marching in, very cool. The merchant crew looking pretty cool as well, although they are our weakest unit, they're still pretty good. And let's send these guys in front like so. We're gonna attack in two waves, sort of a checkerboard formation. Not exactly a checkerboard formation, but close enough so that it makes sense. And yeah, let's allow these fellas to get here first. We're gonna group them together, and the second group is gonna be group 2. Group 2, there we go. Group 1. Yes. Let's allow them to march in. The enemy has set up on the hill, as I suspected. So I suppose we should come from the reinforcements are coming as well. So they're gonna be camping on top of that hill. Very interesting. So this is gonna be a tough one, actually. What do we do? They're sitting sort of behind the hill almost, but they have a huge number of archers, so we're gonna have to rush the enemy. As soon as we get into archer range, we're gonna have to rush at the enemy. So yeah, I'll see you then. Oh, the enemy's charging. They are charging their Yari cavalry, so let's move behind our main line with our musketeers. And who can deploy Nyari Wall? Let's deploy Nyari Wall. Oh, we also have Besteroids, obviously. We also have Besteroids. I completely forgot about them. Ungroup them. And yeah, we have archers as well. I completely forgot about them. So let's move them in front like so. And let's move our units like so. Completely forgot that I recruited these guys. Let's see how they look. They should be crossbowmen, not archers. Yeah, they're crossbowmen. So we actually have quite a lot of... Wow, that was a nice volley. Completely devastated that unit. So we have quite a lot of ranged units then. Very interesting. Why are these guys still in spear wall? I thought I disabled that. So let's try and go for this flank then. If the Yari cavalry isn't coming anymore, no reason to be in Yari wall. No? Someone else attacking? The general's bodyguard is now attacking. Okay, they're coming in very piecemeal. They're coming in this battle. Oh, they have 3 generals bodyguards, so this guy is actually the bravest. He's probably their actual general, so he's coming and then he's retreating. Very disappointed that he didn't actually go for the charge. But since the enemy is hell-bent on doing some weird stuff, let's just... what is this all weird? Let's deploy like so. The enemy seems not sure what he's doing at all, and I'm not sure what I'm doing, so hey, it works out fine. Okay, so now let's advance forward, even though our lines are a little weird here on the edge. Why is that? I don't know. I really don't know. But let's just advance forward. Let's run at the enemy. And let's use our ranged support from behind. We have a whole bunch of swordsmen. We have a Portuguese flag sort of flying. I don't know. This is sort of lazily flowing in the wind, not necessarily being all that inspiring, but it's going, damn it, it's going. And here come the enemy archers. They've become activated. There we go. There we go. Lots of damage taken from the enemy archers. And here is that Yari cavalry. Here's the last remnant of the Yari cavalry that they have. Let's just do a mosh pit. Let's attack into the boa Shogun with these units. Hidden units, very interesting. And let's just go against the enemy. Don't need to take unnecessary damage anymore. Yeah, the musketeers, they're still firing even though they don't have a very good arch. This isn't Warhammer. You don't have arches to your units, gunpowder units. In Warhammer, they very much function very similarly to how crossbows function. In Shogun 2, they are actually dependent upon line of sight and stuff like that, so they don't pull that sort of silly stuff. Well, let's march the single unit of pikemen against the enemy. There we go, there's a charge from the general's bodyguard. Let's actually move in with our pikemen against the general's bodyguard. That should do the trick. Here we go, we're gonna advance from behind against these fellas. Our besteroys keep firing, very good. Very good, we are doing some serious damage. And these guys are losing heavily, let's retreat with them. Might even be some friendly fire going. Not entirely sure. We seem to be winning, we've won on the flank, so let's push our advantage. Ooh, devastating volley. These pikemen have taken a lot of damage, so let's retreat with them. Let's give them some space to breathe. Their general has fallen. Very good. These fellas need to take a bit of a rest. They've taken too much damage. Pushing, advancing here, and that's it. That's the enemy. It's a victory. Very nice. Good battle. Alright, so we lost actually something like 1,000 men. We killed 3,000, but we still lost quite a few units there. And so it's safe to take this city now. The city of Hockey. City of Hockey is now ours. Yes. Fletchers. To accuracy for all units recruited in this province. Very good. But here we come a little bit into a bit of an impasse where we're incredibly close to Kyoto actually from where we started. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how if we meet any more resistance, or if it's still gonna be as lackluster as it has been so far. Hopefully we meet against some armies, because that battle was very nice. Some actual strategy having to take place. But another rank for this general. Yeah, spear infantry, definitely need that. We have a lot of spear infantry. And the Southern Army still, you know, going nicely. We have an opportunity here for further advancement. Here we can see it splits into 3. So this army, actually I should probably put these guys into the settlement so they can refresh, replenish. Because we do not have a general in this army, and we cannot just recruit generals like it's empire. So this army, one of these two armies, is gonna have to go for Mimasaka. Meanwhile, the other army is gonna have to go for Inaba. So we're gonna have to split into 3s essentially, into 3rds, which I mean it's makes sense that you come into a sort of a fork in the road. Your armies are gonna have to separate. It's not like these armies individually are weak. It's just that it helps to have them as reinforcements. For example, this last battle that I thought would have been much harder if I didn't have 2 armies backing each other up. I wouldn't have been able to envelop the enemy as much as I did. It would have been quite a tough fight for just a single army. That's for sure. But here we go. We are a cavalry. Don't really see the need for that. Here we go. Komogawa. Auto resolve. Fully occupy. And Bichu. Yes, the city of Bichu. This city is still revolting. Not revolting anymore. And let's get to Bichu. There we go. And oh, what is this? Converts the populace to Buddhism. Really don't need that, to be honest. And this army we can first of all smash this little unit over here, and we can march forward to Inaba. Auto resolve, yes, very nice. Peaceful occupy. And this other army can march southwards towards Mimasaka. Now Hoki, yeah, they're fine. Hoki's fine. This army can capture Mimasaka, and I should try and actually start recruiting some reinforcements so that and this army can actually join up with the Northern Army again on their way to Kyoto. But we are actually very close to Kyoto now that I see it. Maybe one more part of this playthrough and we'll get to Kyoto. So it's coming along very nicely, I would say. Yes, nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. So anyway, thanks Kings for watching, and I'll see you next time.